It is just a normal Saturday in Bielsko-Biała, Poland. There is this kids judo tournament going on in a local sports hall. You've got the typical vibe, mats everywhere, parents sipping coffee, kids running around, and that constant gym noise you can imagine. But this year is a little bit different because one of the judo team comes from Israel, so it feels a little bit more, international. So we start from the first fight between a Polish kid and an Israeli kid. The kid starts to fight and finally, eventually, Polish kid wins. And that's when the whole thing just blows up. The coach from Israel completely loses his mind and starts screaming in the Polish referee's face. Next thing you know, a guy from Israel is just, running towards the Polish referee and hits his face. It all happens in front of all the kids, of course, who are just standing there and watching adults acting like toddlers. Suddenly, everyone's rushing the mat. Other coaches, organizers, even the kids. It turns into a total mess in seconds. The whole tournament, of course, is suspended. The cops show up, start taking statements, and everyone's story is basically the same. The coach from Israel is the one who crossed the line and attacked the Polish referee. The story is over. No way. Israeli embassy contacts organizers and receive full explanation. But, what happens next is really amazing. It's really strange and astonishing. Even though everything is explained, we all know who started the fight. It was the Israeli guy. This accident gets through the internet and traditional media. The Israeli embassy puts out this statement: "Team from Israel brutally attacked." And they want people punished, even though they received full explanation how it happened. Moreover, this Israeli embassy accepted this explanation. It doesn't matter. Jerusalem Post hits with a headline, "Antisemitic incident in Poland," making it sound like a hate crime against the kids and the whole Israel country. Polish organizers are really astonished and replies, Whoa, hold on a second. We literally have the video. We talked to the embassy. Your coach attacked our referee because he couldn't handle a loss. This had nothing to do with religion or nationality. Your embassy knows everything. Polish Foreign Ministry steps in. After checking, say, look, there is completely zero evidence of hate crime or whatsoever. If anything, the Polish referee was the victim here. So it turns into this huge international scandal pumped by Israeli media over one guy losing his temper without looking into facts. This took place several weeks ago in Poland, but it still resonates as this is an example of a specific mechanism used by Jewish people, used by Israeli state. They lie every time to create this Holocaust narration of poor victim Israel. Jewish communities want you to believe you are not allowed to criticize Israel, because it means you are anti-Semitic. They use it to build their hegemonic policy and, simply make money. I still wonder why so many Jewish people hate us Polish so much. Is that because we Polish Catholics love Jesus Christ, or who they hated so much? Poland is the only country that officially made Jesus Christ the King of Poland. One more fact to add. Jewish people lived in Poland for 1,000 years. There were many of them. Millions of Jewish people lived in Poland. It all started with the Jewish people trading Polish people with the Western world. Yes, they were making money off slavery. Jewish people were making money off slavery. The first Jewish person to write actually about Poland, it was in the 10th century, was Ibrahim ibn Yaqub, a Jewish traveler and merchant from Cordoba. This was the first report about Poland from a Jewish perspective. So Jewish people basically and really started moving to Poland when no one wanted them in Western European countries. It was the time when all of the Western European countries said to Jewish people, "Leave, we don't want you here." Poland was seen as a safe haven for Jewish people at the time. In 1264, our king gave Jews protection, freedom of religion, and the right to trade. King Kazimierz the Great invited more Jews to boost Poland's economy several hundreds later. This is when Poland really started becoming the heart of Jewish life in Europe, in the whole world. Between 16th and 17th century, Poland was called by Jews a paradise for the Jews. They even had their own parliament called the Council of Four Lands in Poland. Everything happened in Poland. No other country in the whole world offered them so many privileges. In the 20th century, as you all know, World War II broke out and millions of Poles and Jews were killed by Germans, whereas Poland was the only country within Europe where one could get killed for hiding a Jew. And you know what happened? Yep, Poland is a brave nation. Despite the fact that one could get killed, hundreds, if not thousands of Polish people hid Jewish men, Jewish women, and Jewish kids. Many of them were killed by Germans for hiding a Jew. None other country saved so many Jewish lives as Poland, all throughout the history. And yet Jewish people just hate us so much. Why? Maybe Jewish audience that are watching this episode will answer that from their perspective. Yes, this is my question to you. Dear Jewish people, Jews, why do you hate Polish people so much? Why do you hate your paradise so much? I mean Poland. After Second World War, our enemy Russia took over our country and imposed Soviet communism regime. Many Jews joined, of course, communists and took part in exterminating Polish patriotic resistance. Jews then held high-ranking positions in the security services. Up to 30% of the staff were Jewish. Jews gained so much power in Polish government that back in 1968, communistic government launched an anti-Zionist campaign. Jewish were fired from universities, hospitals, and governmental offices. Around 13 to 15,000 Jews were forced to leave Poland. In the recent years, more and more people from Israel, generally Jewish people, are applying for a Polish passport. Even though they hate us so much, they seem to come back to Poland in a way. They want to come back to Poland. It's been really a visible, tendency right now. One of the reasons is that some of the Jewish people are no longer feeling safe in Western Europe. You can see what's going on in Spain, France, Germany. Jewish people are afraid just walking around the city. They're of course afraid to live in Israel because Israel is in a constant state of war. So they are coming to Poland. If you like this episode, if you learn something new, if you like, this informations, this grass of informations that I offer to you from a perspective of Polish Catholic, please subscribe my channel, like this video, and of course leave a commentary below. I'm very interested in your point of view. I really would like you to share your point of view with me. Maybe this helps me to find an idea for the next episode. Anyway, thank you very much for your attention. Christ is King. God bless you all. See you in the next episode.